Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Come on in, come on in. There's always something to talk about. The struggle is always, okay, what will I talk about? It's always something, it's always something. Come on in, come on in, come on in. Come on in. Good morning, good morning. Come on in. Rise and shine, rise and shine. Y'all, come on in, come on in. I do not want to be talking to myself. I need to do my sound check, make sure y'all can hear me because y'all know your good sis is good for talking. And y'all don't hear a dang thing that I said. Come on in. Come on in. I know some people say they haven't been getting the notifications when I go live. Come on in. I want to let some people come in. Come on in, hit the like button, like, share, and subscribe. Welcome, welcome. Come on in. We got some things to get into. We got some things to get into. Good morning. Good morning. Please like, share, subscribe, hit the like button. Let me know. Can you hear me? Y'all know I be struggling with this sound in this car. Y'all drop a comment. Let me know. Can y'all hear me? Because I got some things. I got some questions. I always have questions and I'm always seeking answers. Listen, that's just what I give. I know no other way. Let me know. Can you hear me? Got some questions. As you see from the title of my video, um, I'm trying to do a temperature check. Trying to do a temperature check. Temperature check. I'm like, are we on to something? Sometimes we see things and be like, hell no. Like if somebody had to deal with that as a consequence, they'd be like, nah, I'm good. Would you say these rules are again? There are some things. What's up? Good morning, Rudy. There are some things that will just speak to your soul and and turn your whole thought process around. And when I saw what the hell pops off in a prison at El Salvador, I'm not even about that life in case you can't tell. But god damn it, if I was, y'all remember them scared straight programs and they would put it on TV? I don't know if they do that anymore. So I'm an 80s baby. So I remember Scared Straight. They had sent them damn badass kids to the place, hoping that their asses be scared straight. And we see, what's up, Bromlena? What's up? You're back. Yes. I've been like dipping my big toe in the water here and there. But yes, I'm back. What they say, I'm back, bitches. So y'all know when I got something to say, I go live. I go live. And so when I saw somebody last week, I think it's about a week ago, they was like, Sheik, let me show you something. I'm like, what? They like, let me show you some, sis. Let me show you how they roll in El Salvador in the penal system. Y'all, not the prison system. The penal system. When you know, you know. So y'all, we talking about the penal system. So I'm like, all right, then send me what you got. Child. That looked like a whole episode of, it put me in a mindset of Squid Games. Y'all seen Squid Games on Netflix? If you ain't got into Squid Games, get into Squid Games. It's like literally survival of the fittest. When I seen, first of all, we gonna talk about the hell they was looking like up in that damn prison. Y'all ever see like some people they just look like they about that life? How you got hundreds of people together that look like they about that life? Like, y'all know in our American prisons and they take the cameras in, you got some people that be like, oh, he looks like he doesn't belong there. I wonder what's his story. You know, he over there maybe with his glasses. He got his Muslim, the little cap, the knitted cap that somebody damn didn't, I don't know, a big worm that knitted it for him up in there. Somehow grandma was able to but you like, you start seeing people and you be like, I want to know their story. I bet they got a story. Even with my brother, remember yesterday, if y'all caught my live, if y'all didn't catch that, y'all can catch y'all catch that live. And when I talked about people who go to the prison systems and how their mindsets and things can kind of change, and you meet people and everybody don't belong, that everybody not about that life. And that's another reason why I want to come and talk about this story. I mean, with dealing with the prison systems, because people have stories and we got people who are wrongfully locked up and they got them, you got a whole lot of their asses dead. That's what they need to be. You where you need to be. When they said you getting out, we need to holler at somebody because your ass ain't ready. We know you ain't no damn where rehabilitated. So, my brother, when the dean, that when he was in locked away, like the dean, what do you call that? The head of the prison, they told him, he was like, son, like, I've been working this thing for a long time. You not giving that you belong here. What the hell happened? Child, I just want to give them examples of how sometimes, the spirit tells you that there's something more to this, and, you want to hear more. Oh, bitch, that ain't the case with these fools in El Salvador. When I seen that video and I seen all their asses, goddamn, I don't know how many of them got, it looked about 400, all of them looking like brothers and cousins. And I was just like, y'all, everybody tatted up. Everybody skinhead, bald headed. Everybody little looking like they weigh no more than about 130. Everybody looked like they about the height of 5'7". I was like, what kind of shit? I was like, what kind of ish is this? I was like, what are we, what now, what, okay, I got to go back to the title of the video to see, now, where we at again? Where we at? Because y'all, I ain't never seen nothing like that before, where, like, there was just so many people and they all looked the same. Y'all, if y'all know, I'm talking about, Google El Salvador prison. So I bring all that up to say is that Trump, I saw yesterday, he was like, listen, we respect it again. We a respected nation again. So I almost had that titled as my video because he said, listen, we a respected nation again. So this president in El Salvador is like, you know what? Yeah, send ours back. Go ahead and send them back because he said, everybody's leader is now saying, yes, you can send them back. A shot. That wasn't always the case. Some of the ass was like, nah, you can keep them. But then Trump was like, all right, let me holler at you. Let me tell you what it's going to look like if you don't got them open up that damn runway for these planes to land. Let me tell you what it's going to look like. Okay, have you ever heard of a tariff? You familiar with tariffs? So anyway, so they like, all right, then plan. Now what you say, what time you said you coming through so we can make sure somebody let you in. Somebody let you in, somebody turn off the alarm so you can come on inside. So he they're like, El Salvador prison is like, okay, you can send ours back. But how about this? I got one even better for you. You got some misfits over in your country. They can come too. They can come too. We got this facility that holds, I think they said that prison hold about 40,000. I think they said it holds about 40,000 people. And they said they can go and come over here. Come on now. Let me paint them picture of what the experience going to look like. They ass finna be in this cell looking at each other. They finna be in this cell looking at each other. Good morning, Ariel. Good morning, y'all. They finna be in this cell looking at each other for the bulk of the day. The bulk of the day, they all in the cell just looking at each other. I think they out maybe 30 minutes each day, and that's it. And then they take their ass back in the cell. And then they in these bunk beds. And y'all know sometimes you might slept on like a cushion. You be like, damn, this thing flat as hell. I need some more oomph to this cushion. Oh no, it ain't no cushion. No, you finna be laying on this hard as this steel. You know, y'all remember, the bunk beds usually sometimes made out of steel, and then you gotta, you buy the mattress to add. Oh, once you get the steel, y'all, that's it. That's the whole kit and caboodle. There is no mattress. That is the experience. So remember I told you they all about 5'7", about 130 pounds. These little men, little Mexicans, tatted up, sleeping on these hard ass bunk beds made of steel. If that don't turn your goddamn life around, I don't know what it is. How many of y'all before have slept in an effed up situation and you woke up your damn back hurting? You like, what the fuck is this? Girl, I can't stay at your house no more. Dude, I can't stay over here no more. My shit hurt. I was not comfortable. I was not comfortable. And so this is what the El Salvador prison is giving. And Trump, like, you know what? Shit, I'm here for that. I don't know how we can make it do what it do with these laws that we got, but if it was up to me, the asses would be over there. So I just got to thinking, like, okay, for a true misfit, okay, but I couldn't help but to think about the ones who maybe, that little percentage of the ones who say, I ain't do it. I ain't do it. They trying to play in my face. They trying to lock me up and I ain't do it. So I got to thinking about them too. But I also got to wondering, yes, from a constitutional, like, because if you're shipping someone away out of the country, then that is impacting certain, rights, and, as far as like the ability to have, with the people to come visit, your attorneys, that's the time to spend with communicating with your attorneys. Like, I got to thinking about all of that when I heard that it was kind of put on the table. And so now I've heard, some people talk about, yes, it would serve as a problem because of just, we're American citizens and there's still rights that we do have. And so if, say, somebody go over there and something happens to them in that penal system, in that prison, what then? Like, are they being tortured? Um, what else? Like, will they not survive? Like, these are questions that are, that are coming up that people have when it comes to, okay, if we were to explore that, the liabilities and things, that can open up for that. Because there's still a liability here in the US, even with the jails and the prison, things like that. Now, I don't know how often you hear about where there's cases or litigations to where a family or someone was able to sue and win because they loved one got jacked up in there or didn't survive. But these are the things that's kind of coming up on the table as far as conversations, like if we were to send our American citizens over there. Ariel's like, that's crazy word. Yes. Y'all read the comments in between, at the traffic lights. I'm here for this. Ramon said, I'm here for this. My ex is from El Salvador. Child, like, okay. Um, have your ex ever talked about the prison systems in El Salvador? Because it seems like this particular prison system, it's almost like just this special kind of giving me. Y'all remember back in the day? I don't know if it's still open. Remember San Quentin Prison? I'm from California, the Bay Area. I grew up, hearing about the adults talk about San Quentin Prison, and that being like, and what is Alcatraz, San Quentin Prison, you got Alcatraz. So Alcatraz is like in the waters, like right outside, like San Francisco. So you gotta like get on the boat to go over to Alcatraz. So if you finna think you finna be breaking out of something, you better know how to swim. And y'all know most of the ones that look like me, we ain't no swimmers. You ain't seeing us clean up on that level for no Olympic medals in the swim category. But the way that prison was set up, it was like, out there, like almost like an island of its own. Child, they used to do field trips out there. I remember my sisters when they were like brownies, remember Girl Scouts and brownies. I remember them doing a field trip to go to Alcatraz. Crazy work, right? Can y'all imagine that today? Crazy work. Field trip. Field trip. We're going to Alcatraz. I didn't make that. I didn't get the invite for that one. But the sisters, they're twins. They went to Alcatraz as brownies. So I'm curious to know y'all thoughts. Would you be here for criminals? Because even in El Salvador, this particular prison, it said that yes, bro, Lena. I said I'm from California, the Bay Area. We're a little different down there. So, are y'all here for like the staunch criminals being in an environment like that? Because it seems like this place, this place is for like the worst of the worst, and we got some pretty horrible people here too. And I really feel like, this is one of them situations definitely that has somebody reevaluating their life, their soul, their spirit, finding the Lord again. If they see that this option or options such as that is on the table, if they were to do wrong and be convicted for, certain type of crimes, whatever we can think of as being probably the worst of the worst crime. For example, y'all seen that damn food? There's a shooting that took place in, what is that, Ohio? Y'all seen that? I woke up to the storyline someone sent me. Uh, Probably my mama. She, that's the damn, she, when you got grounds boot person, my mama, the grounds boot news reporter. So I get a lot of news from her. And so I'm like, what the hell? So, child, your Uncle Charles, what his name? No, his name Bruce. So we're going to use his real name. Uncle Bruce then went to work, child, on the third shift. I don't know if he they didn't approve his day off or what. Uncle Bruce then went to work and set it off. He went in there blazing. He done hit about 6 folks. One didn't survive, and he's still on the run. His name is Bruce. What's his last name? What was it? I can't think of his last name right now. I know his first name is Bruce, and this is in Ohio. Get into that. So they worked at a manufacturing place, where they manufacture cosmetics. So it's a manufacturing place for cosmetics, and it just was on and popping. People, police showed up. I guess the employees they didn't ran somewhere and hid out because they like Lord Bruce came up in here and set it off. I want to hear from the people who worked there to see if they were surprised that he came in there and set it off. Y'all ever worked with some people to where you just know that at any moment they just giving that? Remember I'm talking about spirit. It's just something within that's telling you that, I don't know. He or she seemed like that if somebody say the wrong thing them on the wrong day, that they will set it off. Y'all ain't finna play me and act like I'm the only person. I used to work in corporate, and there was a guy, and he was that one. And sometimes, he'll pop off and get in his feelings, but we would joke because we would be like, Lord, they done set y'all off, Lord Jesus, Father God, let it not take place on my shift. And they would be like, Sheik, I don't think you talking about he gonna wait until you arrive too. He gonna wait until everybody's shift is in place before he set it off. I'm curious to know when they get talking to these employees, was he giving that? Where they say, yeah, just someone right, where, they going to be able to vouch that the signs were there that just something wasn't right. Because more often than not, when somebody sets it off, there are signs there that have you to say, yeah, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised because it's because we hear it a lot of times with teenagers and with school, when the kids go in there and lighting up, you know, doing the most. The students will talk about like their experience like with that student, how they were, like they don't really be surprised like that. It's almost like if they are surprised, it's just like they caught off guard, like, oh my god, I mean, wow, I went to this level. But when they really get to thinking about the mental mindset of that individual, and it resulting in that happening, they're like, yeah, they yeah, they weren't right, so people left them alone. They sat over there. So I'm wondering if Bruce was that guy, because I haven't, when the news clip that I watched this morning, they didn't talk to anybody who worked there. Um, they were just reporting. So I'm not even really quite clear. Well, since they know 6 people were hit, one died, I guess they made their way in the building and got people out. But they said Bruce gone, y'all. So be on the damn lookout, because Bruce out here somewhere. I don't know where y'all at. I'm in Georgia, Metro Atlanta. Ohio's a long way. It's a long way away from where I'm at. But y'all stay vigilant, because he out there, y'all. He is out there. And it seemed like he's a man of very few words. And a lot of times, y'all, the ones that be setting it off, they're not big talkers like that. They're quiet. The example I'm using of the person I'm talking about was kind of quiet. They'll talk when they kind of feel it in their feelings and want to kind of get some stuff, off their chest. But for the most part, they kind of just, they kind of quiet. So I'm wondering if, that's what the deal was. I was just wondering if that was kind of like the deal was, with Bruce, as to like what happened with him, because child, like I need to know the backstory. I need to know the backstory. Had he low key got fired? Nobody, I don't know. I need to know the story. I need to know the story. So eventually, if y'all come to learn or know any parts of the story, definitely let me know in the comments during the live or after I post the video, because I got questions. Y'all know when I got questions, I bring them to you, and you, because I be trying to figure ish out, because that is how we, come to know the things that we know. It's rooted in asking questions and seeking out answers. And it's a way of protection. So when you're paying attention to like these types of stories and listening to the background, it can have you to kind of reflect, be like, "Yeah, okay, y'all say he came in doing that. Oh shit. Such and such came in doing the same thing." You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes like you gotta like pay attention to signs, because uh it can protect you. It can protect you. So that's why that's why, the story and him coming to work and doing that, it just made me think, to the situation as far as with a company I work for, and just working with someone who gave off that kind of energy, like the capability would be there for them to just be in their feelings like that, on that type of level. Ariel says, "Girl, you have to question everyone now." You sure do. You surely do. You better. You better. It'll protect you. Romaine says, "Yes, one of my coworkers carried a guitar case and people were scared it wasn't a guitar in it." OMG, not the guitar case. Oh my God. So it's like the great mystery, where it's like you see it sitting there, and one day you just hope, and you talk amongst each other like, okay, he went to the bathroom. Who finna run over there real fast and open it up before he come back? So who gonna stand post while we try to investigate this? Listen, our lives may be on the line here. So, but you gotta pay attention. You got to pay attention, because that's real deal, that a lot these stories where a lot of times stuff happens where people pop off, you'll hear the people who are being interviewed talk about not being really surprised that it went down like that, just because of the vibe of that person. Like, that's real. That is real. So I was just like, wow. I will say, I was surprised when I saw it was a brother who was the person behind it all. And he looked like he's probably about maybe 37, and very, the picture they had of him, I don't know if he had been I guess locked up before, because it was a clear, like, it didn't look like no Olin Mills picture, but it was like a clear picture. So I don't know if he kind of been locked up before, but he had like a clean, he had hair on his face, but very neat, very neat. He wasn't given, y'all know, sometimes we see these people who cut up, a lot of times these kids, and you look at it, you be like, oh my God, they look, the eyes. That, when I saw the photo of Bruce, that's not what I got from that picture. I was just like, okay, Bruce, he like a regular, um, just I would say attractive man, not a bad looking man, somebody to where I wouldn't say, if somebody just was visibly looking at him from the face, where they would just be like, oh no, they'll just be disgusted. But yeah, it's just like he definitely, from the looks, I didn't see him, meet any of the checkoffs that I've seen, that I've been able to do when it comes to some other people who have done like crazy things, where I'm like, okay, yeah, I can see that. I didn't say that when it came to Bruce. So that's why I really want to hear what people who know him have to say. And God, y'all know, if they lead with, yes, he was always, very quiet. Child, them be the ones. He kept to himself. That's like a common characteristic, pay attention, that you'll hear about the person who sets it off. Even do, you say with the guitar case, like, they usually kind of keep to themselves, but they got this way about them, to where that they gonna stand on business if they feel the need to. And it just comes down to, if them saying they feel like they need to stand on business lines up with what you felt like they needed to do or should have done in, in that moment. And that's why I always say, like, we really can't control how other people react. At the end of the day, we only have control over ourselves. But sometimes, we'll do things, and then we get in our feelings about how someone reacts. That's why it's like every cause has a reaction, and we got to think about it. Ariane says, yes, red flags, you got to pay attention to it. So if you see somebody, excuse me, that you see that they keep to themselves, um, sensitive, very like sensitive, where the smallest thing, that something that you may think that wouldn't really bother an ordinary person on that type of level, like the overreaction, the lack of emotional control. Pay attention to that. That's the instability, with when it comes to the emotions. Uh, Pay attention to that. And for those of you who are new to my channel, welcome. Yesterday I had a good number of you all, people who started to follow me out. Y'all, thank you, welcome. I'm Chic. My background is clinical mental health counseling. I have a master's degree in clinical mental health counseling. So a lot of the things that I talk about is going to be centered around just mental health, and just signs of certain things that fall into just various types of mental health conditions. So I'm big on just trying to assess the situation, getting into the mentals of like what's going on, to try to understand and break it down. So when y'all be hearing me just speak like this, and you wonder like, hell, she getting this from? Now you know. So yes, that is my background. So that, coupled with me just being naturally an analytical person, I use all that to kind of form my thoughts and opinions, and I share with you all. And it's definitely important to make sure you read, I call it read the room, pay attention to your surroundings, pay attention to the behaviors of people around you. We all know just from being around people, when something seems off or feels off, like most of the times, like, we gonna feel it. And I encourage you all to go with that. Do not dismiss that. Ariane said, call security. Call security. So don't dismiss that. If something don't feel right, and you seeing something that looks abnormal, engage somebody. Engage somebody. The example that I talked about in my work environment, management used to have conversations with the individual and stuff, but it was like, listen, these managers like, listen, they didn't teach us all this to deal with your kind, and management 101, like the emotions of uh 8 feet tall male. They didn't teach us that, because a lot of times too, the person who may be this way, with these descriptions, like they can look different ways. They can be ultra tall where you'd be like, "What the hell, you too big to be acting like this," but then they can be like a little small person. So I think with the ones that really probably confuse people will be like when they the ultra big ones. I know that had us confused. The ultra, because he was ultra big, like well over 6 feet. So that would be like the one that had us confused, being in all his feelings like that. But it happens, and we were vigilant. We were like, oh shit, they just set him off. So here's the thing, y'all. This is, remember I told you, background clinical mental health counseling. So at this job is when I decided to go back to school with the encouragement of this person, because they end up becoming like a good friend. It's a crazy story. This person, y'all, ended up becoming a good friend of mine, because when we would peep the emotional instability, me being me, doing the counseling type stuff before I even got my degree in it, they felt like it helped him. They felt like he was more calm. Um, he handled situations better when I was at work. So I'd be like, yeah, y'all, I'm going on vacation. They'd be like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Did you go talk to did you go talk to him? Because he sets it off and it goes down when you ain't in the office. And y'all, that wasn't no lie. I'm like, damn, why I gotta carry the weight of the world? So I got to go have pep talks with him. Come on, let's go for a walk. Let me set you up, let you know I'm about to be going out for a few days. Let's talk about coping skills. And so I became that person, that would talk with him and, help him through his emotions. And I would say, like, my coworkers were like my patients, like my like who I learned from, as I was going through the process with getting my degree in counseling. And he was one of them. And I said, like, today, like, he's still like, don't be saying nothing about my friend. Like, you can't talk about him. I can talk about you, can't talk about him. My husband said something slick. Yes, I'm like, wait a minute, what you say? But this was like the real deal situation of this person. So I'm just keeping it on, like, this is what it was. But I ended up developing a relationship here with this person, because I'm the type of person, I pay attention to you. I'm gonna look from afar, and I'm going to try to identify what's missing. And if I have the ability to fill that in, that's the space that I'm going to step into to try to be in your life. So what I picked up with him is that he was lonely. He was lonely. He eventually got a dog, but early on, like when he was really in his emotions, he didn't even have the dog then. He had one years ago, but that dog had passed away. So it was just him. So he was lonely. So I picked that up and I said, okay, he's lonely. He doesn't have anyone to talk to. So what can you do? Okay, well, let me, y'all, oh, I like damn talk. I didn't even have a channel back then, but I've always, as an adult, been a talker. I was a quiet kid. I didn't become a talker until I became an adult, young adult. So I just started talking to him, engaging with him, asking him questions, having him, okay, hey, let's get up, let's take a break, let's go for a walk, doing things like that. And it made a difference, y'all. Listen, I was around there saving lives. It made a difference. It was less spaz out, because before, it'd be like you can set it on your Outlook calendar once a quarter. Oh, he was gonna pop off. He was gonna pop off. He once a quarter. Y'all know somebody like that. Y'all be like, oh shit, it's about time. They ain't popped off in a minute. It's about damn time. So once a quarter, it was on and popping. But I kept this up. Roland said, yep, I pick up the loneliness and sadness. I picked that up. And I was like, this is what it is. So I'm like, all right, let me be that person. So I became that person for him. And I think I was the one that kind of encouraged him with getting the dog and things like that. And he still has the dog. And I became that person. So when I became that person to him, like that, on that level, other people started to soften up and open up, and to kind of embrace him in a different way and kind of let their guard down. You see what I'm saying? Because sometimes it takes one person to create change. So when they seen me communicating with him and they started seeing a change in him, they felt more comfortable with being open with communicating with him, sitting with him, engaging with him. And he's not the only relationship I have where it was like that, where when I started kind of doing something, other people kind of like, okay, I've always been like a leader. And so that's what I believe, like leaders are born, y'all. Like you either have it in you or you don't. It's the assertiveness. I just feel like, that's just how I was born. I'm the oldest of four kids. I'm just that natural leader. So that's just one relationship where, because of me and how I was interacting with that individual, it impacted his experience with other people, and in a positive way. So we'd have our jokes over the years and we reflect back on, but y'all, eventually we started calling him, Uncle C, like gave him an affectionate name or whatever. We just, he was lonely. So he stopped being lonely. He actually developed a circle. He developed a circle, and among with me and some of the other ladies, and that was that. So it just impacted his mental health. So when we see people that's kind of different, these are the things where I say, like, you pay attention, you sit back, you peep game, you see, like, damn, what's going on here? What's going on here? Because it could be something as simple as this person, they're just lonely. They feel ostracized. They don't have nobody and they don't know how to use their words. Use your word, but you have adults that struggle with using their words. That's why a lot of them end up locked up and go mess around and go to El Salvador. If around to find out, go to El Salvador, you better use your words, because you got a lot of people out here doing the most because they do not have effective communication skills. Like, y'all ever see somebody that get locked up for doing some stupid ish and they justifications because, well, I was mad with it. You couldn't goddamn find a sentence or two to let somebody know beforehand that you did not agree with that. Like, you got some people who will be just so extreme and over the top to where they wind up in a situation because they had this knee-jerk reaction, and now their freedom is on the line. Because when they had this knee-jerk reaction, it impacted other people's lives. So it's all of that. It's all of that. So that's why I'm big on, okay, assessing a situation, not being so quick to react, not being so quick to react, because it can save a life. It can save your life and it can save someone else's life. Because we got a lot of hot-headed people out here, and some of you may be that person where you react and you ask questions later and you wind up in a situation. And then now while you sitting down doing time or pending litigation, you're just thinking about, damn, like, I guess I could have did that. I guess I could have said, no, I don't like that option, versus going upside the person's head and it turned into a big thing, and then person and fell and bumped their head and now they ain't here no more. Because sometimes, stuff like that happens where the person loses their life, and it was because maybe within an altercation something happened to them that you're like, well, I mean, well, they hit their head, like, I didn't hit them in the head, you know what I'm saying? Like, things like that happens, but because it took place in the midst of an altercation with you, now it's got to go through all this litigation to really drill down to, like, what was the cause of the death. But again, it was just rooted in something frivolous to where it's just like, damn, it really didn't even have to go that far. How many of you have been in situations or know people who've been in situations and it's just like, damn, it really wasn't that serious, but the consequences are very serious. So when the math ain't math, and like, okay, they did this for this reason, but now this is the punishment. That's why we got to really think and put thought into stuff before we just get out here and just start just doing ish. So I think what they can do is run them El Salvador prison ads on TV. I think they can do that to help change lives to show you're going to F around and find out over in El Salvador if you keep doing this right here. I think it's good to put that in to know that it's on the table as a scale straight tactic. I think that would be beneficial. Especially with people who are younger, and growing up and just starting to do the most. Berlin said, she, when I saw those ads, I was shocked. Like, we need to bring that shock value factor in, because goddamn it, I was shocked when I seen the El Salvador prison last year. I'm like, what is this? Where they do this at? I wasn't ready. So if y'all know what I'm talking about, look it up. El Salvador prison. There has been an offer from their countries out. Y'all don't ask me that man name. It's something that I probably bite my tongue trying to roll it or do something to try to say it. I ain't got it. Took 2 years of Spanish, 3 years probably, because I had to repeat Spanish once. So I did Spanish one. Listen, don't ask me that man name. But he was like, listen, I President, all right then, bro. Landon then typed in something with some letters that so go on and read Brolaina's comment. She done put the man name in there. He was like, I got one better for you, President Trump. Yeah, you can send our misfits back, but you got some that you want to get rid of that belong over there to you. You can go here and send them over here too for a fee. So I don't know what that fee would be, but he like, listen, look, we can come holler at me. He had that energy of come holler at me. We will get them all the way together over here. When I animals are treated better than these people. When I saw that video and the way they sit and kneel down on the ground, just when they transport them, and you know, you just take an inmate and you walk them around. I don't know how they got. Y'all know, anytime like when we see law officials walking with an inmate, regardless of whatever they did, these inmates are walking upwards and they're just walking normal. They're in shackles, but they're in El Salvador. They all looking like a hunchback. They got them all bent over. They got the arm crossed between it. I don't know what kind of damn technique that is. I don't know why you got to do all that with some people who are already in shackles. But these men aren't up walking, what they say it with your chest, walking up. This ain't how they moving. They bent, they back bent, they head kind of face down, and the correctional officer arm is like cuffed between one of their arms and around it. Child's a whole situation. I ain't never seen nothing like it. It scared me goddamn straight. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna continue on the path that I've been on these past 44 years. Yeah, keep this, this clean criminal record, because listen, I can't do it. I cannot do it. And I guess in that facility, they say you don't need no damn comb because you don't need no hair. Listen, we don't need combs. We low cost over here. We low cost because nobody had hair. Everybody was skinhead. They so low cost. You don't need no shirt. They ain't even have no shirt on. We finna give you these pants. You finna get these white pants, these white drawers. What else? Did they have socks and shoes on? I know they didn't have no damn shirt because everybody was tatted up. It literally looked like they took one person and cloned them and got them like 399 more. That's what it looked like to me. That is what it looked like to me, because they all looked the same. I'd never seen nothing like it. I said to my husband, I said, why the hell everybody looking the same? He was like, oh, that's right, because they, part of the same gang. And I'm like, nah, this looks like this is everybody at the prison. So, child, get into it. Show your kids if they on this path of acting like they trying to think they about it. Go on and run that El Salvador prison clip real fast for them. Hell, better yet, right now, go on and Google, find you a little TikTok or something on it, and they at school probably. Go on and send that to them, help them get through the rest of their day. So if they somewhere contemplating doing some tomfoolery, you didn't you didn't send them some ish that had them say, nah, bro, yeah, I decided I'm a pass. Yeah, I'm a pass on that. Bro ain't gonna know why he done suddenly changed his mind. He ain't gonna know, because daddy or mama then sent them shit that had him evaluating his whole life experience. Because this is what that does. This is what that does. And the average person is gonna say, this, listen, Aaron, this ain't for me, this ain't it. The average person is gonna say, nah, this ain't it. Yeah, I can't do this. I can't do this. So again, Trump There, he's exploring it. I heard Marco Rubio. So where Marco out of? Is he out of Florida? What state is Marco? I think he Florida. Marco Rubio talked about it. He thought he liked the offer. He said he was appreciative. Marco Rubio, he said he was appreciative of the offer. Trump said he got to explore from a legal standpoint, you know. I guess it's some stuff, y'all, that Trump do try to keep a damn on. Like, okay, well, let me see if I can do it, because half the stuff y'all see you do, y'all be like, he can't damn do that. So he did say that he gonna explore it to see if it's something that can be done, because he said it would cut costs. So, because when you see that facility, I don't know where the cost, where the money go, because they showing it ain't going on the cost of mattresses, and I think they get one sheet. So I guess year round, regardless of what the temperature is, I would imagine it'd be probably cold as hell in them facilities, because it's so big, this big large space, and they're on that steel, and there's no cushion, nothing. Like, where is the heat coming from like that? But I do know they get one sheet. So I can see how it is a low cost facility, because I couldn't see nothing where I'm like, oh, that's where the money goes. The money went to really just the building, the building the facility, But other than that, as far as going on what's inside of the facility, oh no, that's a low cost. That's a low cost situation right there. Low cost business operation. What they say, the operational expenses. Yeah, I can see them being low, much lower than the operation costs here with our prisons. Oh, and don't think that Carlos over there in El Salvador prison with a YouTube video. Y'all know how sometimes we see people in jail. They got YouTube channels. Y'all ever seen somebody who locked up and got more subscribers than you? Like, how, Sway? They just getting the clicks and the views, putting out recommendations. Y'all, what y'all want me to talk about? I'm saying, hell no, only in America. You ain't getting all that. You ain't getting all that out there where you getting you a little YouTube channel, running you a check, doing some phone call, interview calls with some people. Oh no, none of that popping off. You got to be out of your, none of that popping off over there in El Salvador. It's not. It's not. Something getting, they don't get visitors. So it ain't nothing get smuggled, like nothing getting smuggled. Like it ain't even that type of party. Then, from my understanding, when you go there, oh, player, you ain't getting out. That's a lifetime situation. Like, it ain't no you done your time and you coming home. Them people, it was one lady out there, local El Salvador. She said that now, with them having that prison in place, her kids and stuff, they can walk, they can go outside and play, they can walk to school. They ain't got, like, these people. That's why I said, with like, why a lot of those politicians, those leaders of those other countries did not want their people coming back, because it makes a difference when you get criminals like that off the streets, whether they get locked up or they ran to another country, because they're just not there. And that's why a lot of those leaders for the other countries, they weren't so ready to just accept these people back like that, because they got a chance to experience what it was having a peace of mind without having crazy Marco, crazy Carlos, crazy Juan out there doing the most. They got a peace of mind. Now, goddamn it, they didn't have made their way over here. We dealing with the ish, and we trying to send them back. But they started, like, they appreciated being able to sleep at night, not having to worry about those things that got shifted over here to the USA, where we had to start worried about it, where our loved ones stopped always making it home because of something that popped off or that just transpired at the hands of someone who was over here illegally. So Trump was like, no, no, no. It started over there with y'all. We gonna send them on back. That's your problem. You deal with it. And for what I've came to understand, as far as when it came to these tariffs that a lot of people are upset about, the root of the tariffs was centered around um, Trump using that as a negotiation tactic with getting these leaders to comply when it comes to doing a better job with making sure that their people, their citizens, because they're the citizens of those countries, their citizens not come over here to our country illegally. Like those countries can do a better job with managing that. Cause hell, some of them, I think they probably be damn dropping them off over here. So he's like, yo, let me holler at you. Let me tell you what we about to do because you not peeping game. So that's what they say. I can show you better than I can tell you. And what they say, sometimes you got to hit people in the pockets. So the tariffs, what I've come to understand, is rooted around, hey, okay, Canada, Mexico, y'all people coming over here illegally. Y'all acting like y'all ain't taking notice of it because remember I said hell it's better for them because it's the misfit. Y'all acting like y'all ain't taking notice of it. But okay, well, are you take notice of this with this additional 25% tariff, this tax that I'm about to put on you? What? Wait, well, what? Now, why you gotta go acting like that, Trump? Why you got to damn be overreacting? Damn, like it's that energy. Y'all know sometimes it's kind of like with your kids. You try to talk calm to them, then see they don't be listening to that. Then when you get to act showing your behind, then you got everybody attention. Damn, I'm that. Why you gotta? Damn, you ain't got to do it like. Well, hell, when I try to talk sweet, you acted like damn I was talking another language. So Trump started dealing with them from the level of money. Let me hit you in the pot. So let me do this. And from my understanding, that was what happened with that whole situation with was that from Colombia where that president did not want to. So apparently we had a plane en route a week or so ago, however many weeks ago, a couple weeks ago, to drop off the illegals that we picked up that was from there. And the plane started communicating back to President Trump like, yo, they're not allowing for us to touch ground to land. Trump like, all right, then hold on, give me a minute. Call that president. Yeah, put him on the phone. Yeah, yeah, my folks over there trying to drop your folks off. What's the deal? They said they having some problems. Is there a problem? They can't, land. Man said whatever. Trump on the golf course, y'all, in the middle of a game. He said, oh, all right then. Well, let me drop this down. Let me leave this here right here. And Trump started talking to him about the impact, the financial impact, which what I've come to learn that it's supposedly the tariffs. Colombian president like, man, see why you always gotta damn take it there. Y'all know why you always gotta go to the extreme. Man, I was just playing. Next thing you know, they said before Trump ended that little golf game, that man was like calling back to my, all right then, yeah, what time do you need us to pick them up? We'll come and pick them up now. What you want them? What you want? You want Delta? What airline you want us to work with? Delta, Frontier? We'll roll over there and pick them up. All right, now. Damn, Trump, why you can't take a joke? You can't take a joke. We was gonna let them land. So it be like that. So with Canada and Mexico, I like to say it like that, Mexico, there he's like, listen, all right then, I can show you that and I can tell you. So go ahead and absorb this additional cost since y'all want to damn act crazy and act like you don't understand the words that are coming out of my mouth. And that's the situation we are in today. That's the situation. So, with all that said and done, nobody wants to have tariffs, increased tariffs, because that's an additional expense that they have to absorb. Remember, that falls underneath operational costs. And then when you have increased operational costs, then that's going to increase the cost of your product. And people who normally purchase your products are going to start seeking other options. And that's not good for the business. So that's why no one wants to have an increase on their tariffs as far as the business. Now, as far as us end users, us consumers, we're impacted by, say, if those people, still choose, would still send in their products over here, there's an added increase cost to those products that we're paying. It's not enough to make you go broke, but it's enough to be like, damn, remember we were always, oh, I remember bread was this, eggs was that. It's one of those things to where it's an increase. You're going to see an increase on the product. At the end of the year, I've heard someone say it's as low as $800. And then I've seen places where it can say it's as high as $1,200. So we're going to say between $800 and $1,200 a year, you would pay in additional monies towards like items that you purchase. Growing pains. So as I'm hearing all of this, and people are talking about how they're inconvenienced by the things that are going on. Last night, as I'm just listening to the news and just taking everything in, two words popped into my head: growing pains. Growing pains. Because when anything that we do just in life, just think about just anything that we do where we're making a change, we're taking a shift. Even using back to the analogy of somebody who's getting out of being locked up doing time. When you first get out and step out in the land of the free, you know, step out if you got a chance, the El Salvador prison, it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy. Okay, I got my freedom, but now I got to figure out how to get to it, how to get it on my own. And it's going to be a process because what you got to get employment. In order to get employment, you're going to have somebody who's willing to give you a chance. And anyone who's maybe dealt with that or know people who has, that's a hard experience for people. So that's that experience of what I call like the growing pains, because you now trying to get it out the mud, and you got so many days when you want to say F this and go back to what you know that can land you back in the system. So with growing pains, it's about temporarily being uncomfortable for the long game. It's about temporarily being uncomfortable to be set up to becoming comfortable. And one time I think it was Willie D say it before, when he said when he used to work at KFC and he was on chicken, he fried chicken. He said he was mean with it. People would come to his particular KFC location because of how he would fry the chicken. And he always aspired to be a rapper. This is before Ghetto Boys. And he was like, I knew I wanted to be a rapper. He was like, but I was frying chicken. He was like, I had to do what I did not want to do to set me up to be able to one day do the things that I wanted to do. And that made sense to me because that's like, say someone's a student, you're in college. A lot of kids, nobody ain't trying to look, oh my God, oh, I'm so happy I got to go to math class today at 2 o'clock and take this exam. Ain't most people ain't run around saying that. But a smart person understands that you're going to do the things that you're not so happy and excited to do, because one day you will be able to do those things that you are excited and happy to do. And that's what it's about. And when I think about, like, as I was listening to everything dealing with just all these changes with our government and people being uncomfortable, there were so many people not long ago saying, oh my God, we got to get this immigration stuff under control. It's too much. It's too out of hand. And then now, fast forward, we're here and the work is being put in and sleeves are being rolled up. People are like, damn, why you got to do that? Damn, why you got to do that? Oh my God, who finna be out here picking the oranges? Who finna be doing this? Who finna be doing that? And it's just like, okay, but do you understand that these types of steps are necessary to get to this better place that may be maybe 2 years out? Because I really believe you all, a lot of these things that we're seeing and hearing about concerning change, we're not going to really feel it in a positive way until probably about 2 years out, 18 months, 2 years out, closer to 2 years, where you feel it. And you be like, damn, I remember in the beginning how hard it was, but now I'm like, oh, okay, I feel the difference. Like, all right, then, all right, I see you. I feel the difference. And I think that is what's going to happen with a lot of what's going on today, is that down the line, people are going to appreciate it, kind of like with parents and raising children. And the children, they hating the parents at the time they being raised. You was a kid before being raised by some adults, and you just can't stand the ground. You so ready to get the hell out the house. And then when you start experiencing life and you're an adult, and maybe you even have a family of your own, you be like, all right, then, I see what mama and daddy and grandmama did. I see what y'all was doing. I'm with you. I see you because I'm here now. I see you. I see, like, I'm at the end of the rainbow. I see what you was doing with me, what you was trying to teach me. All right, I got it. I got it. I got it. I got it. So it's one of those things. And that's life. That's life. In the moment, when they say trust the process, kind of like the lock experience, trust the process. Trust the process. I feel like a lot of this stuff dealing with Trump is centered around trusting the process. And that's what I live in, and what gives me hope is as I think about trusting the process. Just like, all right, then I'm gonna chill. All right, you got Elon over here all up in folks' business trying to figure out where the hell the money going or whatever. All right, then, okay. You now question, with the border education. You said, nah, they ain't hitting no nothing. Let's just okay, okay, okay. Trust the process. Growing pains, and that's why it came to me. Growing pains. We are having growing pains right now. And I truly believe that it's going to be at the end, it's going to be for the betterment for the average American citizen. I believe that, yes. Berlana said, please look up the history, though, especially President Jimmy Carter's involvement in El Salvador Civil War in 1980. There's always layers. Of course, there are. Say, girl, yes, my ex family is so happy they can finally go back and not be scared. Like, yes, people want a peace of mind. Ain't nobody trying to go to work hard, play hard, and then have to be looking over their shoulder, worried about if, some nut, if it'll come over into the community and start trying to throw his weight, take the kids the kids playing at the basketball court. They didn't took the ball, stole the kid basketball, grown men like bullies. Ain't nobody trying to deal with that. People out here trying to live. Like, really, y'all, people trying to live. People trying to live. Ain't nobody trying to deal with all that extra stuff. Ain't nobody got time for that. So if you got to be over in El Salvador in the penal system, that's where the hell you got to go. Life's about choices. Hell, life is about choices. So if you choosing to be on that type of time, all right, then, well, this is the consequence of that. This is the consequence of that. Because I'm wondering with, and here, y'all know, some of y'all maybe from experience and some just, with loved ones who've been in the system. It ain't no rehabilitation popping off in the system. That's what you call it. I just sat out that, I sat down and did some time. Any rehabilitation that's what they call that self-development. You in there reading your own, you going to the library picking up the self-development book. That's all on you. That's on you. It's nothing in there that's mandatory where you got to be going to counseling. Like, they got things in there that's options for you, and even programs that may aid in kind of shortening your time being in there if you participate in certain things. But you're not forced to have to just do things that's gonna just make you better. That's not what it's about. And that's largely why, like, a lot of them are, I think the majority of people who get locked up return. They go back. It's a lifestyle. They ain't damn learn nothing. They ain't learn nothing. Hell, play these damn El Salvador prison ads in there. But again, as I talked about yesterday, sometimes people will get comfortable in certain environments. El Salvador, that prison wasn't given nothing that says any of them damn inmates was comfortable in that situation to where they would be returning on that type of level. That situation was giving, if I still go out here and do the absolute most, I'm going to just do some other things to myself because I'm not going back there. That is what that gave to me. That I'm the mindset of, I'm not coming back here. Not necessarily I'm not going to do wrong again. It's just I'm not going back there. I can tell you that. I'll do other things before I go back there. That is what that prison gives when I watch that video. So I want you all to watch it to kind of form your own thoughts. And just Google, if you know what I'm talking about, El Salvador prison, and it should come up, and it's probably gonna be a little video that show you and give you a little tour, give you a tour of what the facility look like. It ain't much going on either. But you definitely know that, yeah, this ain't no place I want any of mines to be in, and I damn sure don't want to be there. So, growing pains. It's just about trying to do what's necessary to get to the finish line, to get to a better place, or what they say is not a race, it's a marathon. So, it's not necessarily, I guess what I call the finish line is maybe just you just getting to a place of success, being comfortable, feeling safe. Like, I just think that's just basic, a basic, like, human experience should be for someone to feel safe. Like, that's just basic. That has no bearing on someone's social economics class. It's just centered around just being a human being. People should be able to feel safe wherever they are, whether it's the schools, at the playgrounds, just outside in the neighborhoods, in the grocery stores, at work. It's like, it's real simple. And a lot of these things that's taking place in life today, it's just like you're not even feeling safe. The people flying in planes aren't feeling safe. I got to get on a plane this weekend for business, but we just got to stay lifted in prayer. That's what we got to do, and everybody kind of got to do their part to make this world a better place to be in, to live in, especially for the next generation, our children. What are you willing to do to contribute to that? What are you willing to contribute to that? Do you feel like our government is putting steps and things in place to contribute to that? Would you rather have a government that just be like, well, I mean, it is what it is. Y'all just go ahead and everybody, go get your gun license, get to packing, and just protect yourselves and your family and keep your head up, player. Keep your head up. Like, would you rather that type of government? Or would you rather a government that's like, oh no, what, hold up, what we not gonna do? Would you rather have the president that's on that standing on business talking about what you not gonna do, what you not gonna do? Because I assure you, like, these other countries, we as Americans can't think that we can go over there and just run amok and do what we want to do. Y'all let me know in the comments if y'all, because I done traveled some places. I done told my story yesterday. Check out that video. None of these places that I've traveled to gave I can just go over there and do what the F I want to do, including go over there and just choose to stay. I ain't pick up that vibe, that energy. Nobody made me feel that damn welcome. That's how it goes over there. In every environment, it's like, all right then, well, have a safe return home. Have a safe return home. Even with our cruise ships, I've been on, multiple cruises. Like, I just left the cruise going to Mexico back in October. Getting on and off the ship at the locations I went to Mexico, and I went to two cities. Where the hell I went? I was in Cayman Islands and Cozumel. And then I went to Honduras. That's where Lisa Left Eye Lopez lost her life, Honduras. And when we pulled up, them damn folk, when you getting off the boat, they checking to see who the hell you are. And then when you getting back on, like, there is checks and balances. They need, ma'am, I need, let me see your face. Let me look. Okay, this your passport. All right, good. Sis, go on. Be safe out there. Come back. Boat leaving at 6. With or without you, come back. So this is how it works when you're going to different places. It's not you can just come over here and do what the you want to do. That wasn't the energy in Honduras, and it damn sure wasn't the energy in Mexico. So why the fuck that gotta be the energy here? I'm just goddamn trying to understand why we gotta adhere to some rules that ain't nobody else adhering to. Why we got to be asked to adhere to some rules that ain't nobody else adhering to? How many of y'all done traveled someplace and they didn't ask you 4, 5 multiple times to pull out your passport to show you came from? Why y'all think they doing that? Because they trying to see like where you from. Like when they say who your people, who your people. That's they shake down who your people. Cause you ain't from here. Let me see. Cause you going back. And my husband was telling me a story with his coworker. He's married to a woman who's Asian. So he used to live in, one of them countries. It might have been China. And he was a teacher. The guy, he's like 30 now. He was a teacher at the time. So this was in his 20s. He was over there on a work visa. My husband was telling me the story last night as he was talking about, telling him how, I brought the point, like, ain't no other country like we can go to and we can just do the most. Say we gonna overstay someplace. Like, say we ain't going home. Where they doing that at? Damn sure it wasn't Paris because I went there. It wasn't Cuba because I went there too. Jamaica, I went there. I've been some places. And so he was there in one of these Asian countries, y'all, on this work visa. And that thing he had nerve to let that thing expire. You caught up, you living, you working. He looked up, I think somebody, one of them administrators, the people came, hey, let me holler at you. Yeah, we see your docs on file. It looked like it expired. What's up with that? Oh, man. Oh, bet. Really? Yeah, I gotta get it. I gotta renew that. Do you know they fired that man? Y'all, they fired him. They was like, oh, okay. Well, yeah, go on and handle that. But yeah, you can go ahead and leave. Leave your badge here. You can go ahead and go and leave. Go ahead and leave. Not go on leave because he wasn't employed with them anymore. You could go ahead and raise the hell up on out of here. This is what this country, this Asian country did because his visa expired. Talk about standing on business. Who ain't standing on business? He was like, so he told my husband, he was like, I suddenly found myself unemployed. He was like, now I went and I was able to go get it renewed, but I had to find another job because they had already they let me go. He was a black man. He was like, they was like, yeah, yeah. All right then. Well, yeah, it was real nice working with you. You did good. Um, yeah, but we gotta let you go because we got rules, we got regulations, we got laws, and this is how what these things are, right? You're an educator, like this is common sense stuff, right, sir? So this isn't like nothing that's shocking to you, right? Like that man had to go renew it, and he got another job. Why we can't do that? Why we can't? Why we can't? Why we can't operate that way? We're saying, okay, well, go handle your business and do what you need to do. And I'm assuming he probably could have worked back there again and came back if the position was open, but he lost his job. So I'm sure they backfilled him. And I would think he probably tried to go back there, but there probably wasn't a position. It probably wasn't a position available. So he found another job. But I'm like, this is what I'm talking about, y'all. This is basic. That's why if another country, say China, can take that tone with Americans who are coming over there temporarily to do whatever, why we can't? Why we can't do that? I'm just trying to understand why everybody else can regulate they ish. Have you pulling out your passport 4, 5, 6 times before you get to the curb to show who the F you are. But over here, we get the side eye when we want to do similar things, or the fact that we let you even do it and do the absolute most and do whatever for years and say, okay, we can't do anymore. Now we looking crazy. Like, what's wrong with us? I put it out there yesterday. Y'all put it in the comments. Let me know what other country does this shit where you can come and just free for all. Let me know. Because all them places I done said I done been to, that's not how it was. I know that because I went. You all speak about the places you went. Let me know where you went, where they say, good sis, brother, you can stay for however long you want. You can go ahead and utilize and benefit from these resources and not have to pay into it. Free for all. Let me know what country rolls like that, because I'm waiting. And y'all, we the land of the free. So y'all know if we ain't trying to have it go down like that, they ain't even trying to let it go down like that. That it's that for me. It's that for me. Like I'm just trying to see why we can't play by the rules. Like why we can't do what China doing. Hell, y'all say they smart. Hell, all our stuff is made over there. The kids smart as hell. Like maybe they're on to something when they say, "Hey, you gotta have your papers in order to be able to move around over here." Maybe they're on to something. Y'all, please hit that like button. Y'all come on here because I talk from a place of real life experiences. I like to share stories with you all to try to get you to thinking, because I feel like a lot of times it takes for certain things to be brought up that may hit you, that may resonate with you, to be like, you know what? Now that you put it that way, I see what you're talking about. I see what you're talking about. Because really, when you look at it from a logical standpoint, the tone, the position we are taking when it comes to moving and, these immigrants, y'all, it's nothing that's out of the ordinary. It's nothing that's crazy. It's basic, like, stuff that's like basic processes. Like, you can't think you can go to school, like you move to a new town and your kids got to go to school. You can't think that you just learned the bus schedule so you can go outside and just put your child on the bus and then they finna go to that schoolhouse and sit in the classroom. It don't work that way. You got to take your ass to that registration office with your papers, with your documents to register that child, right? Don't you got to do that? That's a process. You're not just putting, okay, Kevin, come on now. This bus coming at this bus coming at 7:05. You miss that bus if you want to. You can't start having them conversations unless little Kevin enrolled in school, right? Because if he's not enrolled, every day is going to be a missed bus experience. Because first of all, nowadays the kids got assigned seats. So Kevin gonna roll up and they be like, Harper, who this? It's gonna be like, who are you? Because I know where I live, my kids got assigned seats. And they got it so tough, so sold up to where you can't even think that you can be getting on and off at any bus stop in the neighborhood. There was a bus driver, my kid's bus driver 2 years ago. She was my daughter's now in high school. She's ninth grade, so she's in middle school. Bus driver got fired. Let me tell you that damn story. One of the little girls, y'all know kids do the most, stay up all night. They ain't getting up on time, killing they still trying to rush out the damn house. This little girl was habitually always doing that. So there was a woman, bus driver, black woman. Y'all know Miss Brenda gonna look out for you. Miss Brenda gonna look out for you and your babies. She would still do that, miss the bus at her stop, and she would go to another stop. Miss Brenda knew that she was about to take some time off of work. So she told the kids, y'all know, y'all need to make sure, that y'all at the bus stop on time, because I'm about to be off for the next few days. However, it's going to be another bus driver. Make sure that you at you where you supposed to be, because she knew she wasn't supposed to be picking kids up from a bus stop that was not designated as being their bus stop. Now, mind you, y'all, this is still within the subdivision. This goddamn little girl, kids gonna do what they want to do, what they think fat meat is greasy. She did her same ish, missed the bus at her stop, went to another stop. Now you got Mr. Paul, white man Mr. Paul. Mr. Paul, who going by all the rules, not some of the rules, all the rules. She goes to get on the bus and he was like, oh, so this isn't your bus stop? And she's like, well, I need to get on the bus. I got to go to school. Y'all know Mr. Paul when it sold Miss Brenda ass out. Miss Brenda lost her job. She sure did. She should have did, messing around with them damn hard ass kids. Now Miss Brenda probably somewhere, probably collecting the damn EBT. Well, her shit probably then got frozen too, because remember Trump then got that shit on hold. But Miss Brenda, Miss Brenda then lost her shit messing around with your hard head ass kids who didn't adhere to the rules. And she always let them do what they was doing because she Miss Brenda. Y'all know in our community we gonna look out for ours. I would have done that too. How many of y'all know y'all like, I don't know how y'all other cultural groups move, but with the black cultural group, Pam kids is my kids. Lisa kids is my kids. I'm looking out. We at the baseball field. We looking out. We looking out for our own. Baby, come on, get on this bus. Girl, baby, I need you. Babe, come on. Because you got to get your education. Little girl did her same little thing. So my daughter came home telling the story, and she was like, yeah. She was like, our bus driver got fired. And she told me the story. It's like 2 years ago. So it was either her sixth or seventh grade year, about 2 years ago. But I just felt so bad because my daughter was like, the little girl, she's always late. Like, she always late. And her situation resulted in this woman losing her job because she was looking out for her. She was doing what, just from a maternal instinct, y'all, this is what we do. I would have done that. I promise you, I would have done that. Like, I'm all about it, adhering to rules. But if I'm a bus driver and it's a child and they got to get to school and they miss they stop, but it's just literally the next stop in the same community, I'm going to let that baby get on the bus. That's just who I am. And she lost her job from doing that. Brian says, a father of an 11-year-old, I watched my daughter get on and off the bus. No excuses. You can't trust society with your kids. Yeah. So, granted, I appreciate Miss Brenda trying to help a kid that fell on her parents. Yep. Exactly. And I had the same thought. I was just like, when my daughter came home telling me about the situation, that was a thought that I had. I was just like, do her mama know that she always late like this? And that the rules are you're supposed to get on the bus at your designated stop? Why aren't you driving this home? So Ryan, like, I had that thought as a parent. And but a lot of times, if two, like some parents, like, so her, I do know her mother, the last I knew, was a school teacher. So she's a elementary school teacher. So I don't know, when she was leaving to get on the bus, I wouldn't be surprised if probably her mama, probably when she'd leave in the mornings, her mother would not even be there, because where I live, I'm in Georgia. So high school goes to school super early. School starts at like 7:05 a.m. Middle school starts the latest. Middle school, my middle school doesn't start until like the 9 o'clock hour. Elementary school was starting like the 8 o'clock hour. You see what I'm saying? And I think the reason why they do it like that, I think I've come to understand, is because the buses, they shared the same buses, so they gotta kind of stack it. So it's likely that when the little girl every morning, she was letting her responsible for herself with getting herself outside into the bus stop and doing all that. Because I do know another thing, the mom, she's a single mom. So she has three children like me, but the little girl is the youngest. The other two have graduated high school. One's in college, the other one's an adult man already, and then she's the baby girl. So, like, in the mom defense, mom's not even there to be doing, to get her out the door, because she's at work trying to make a living. But I could not help but to wonder what kind of conversations mom was having with her about being responsible and doing what she's supposed to do. I'm a parent. I got kids. I got two still in high school, one in college. I remember those days. Child would take a village. Got mama-in-law trying to rush them, get out the house, get out the bus, get on the bus. Like, it was like a whole process. So I understand. But it was just disheartening to know that someone lost their job behind looking out for someone's child. And that whole scenario, I could see myself being in that situation because of how my heart is, where I'm like, okay, I'm not going to leave this child. I know for sure, like, this child belongs on this bus. It's not like she was a random child. This bus driver just knew that this child just wasn't getting on the bus at the right stop. Now, also, when it comes to these bus stops, some of y'all who know, who live in these subdivisions, sometimes these bus stops don't be that super far away from the next bus stop. The way in Georgia work, literally, y'all, your child's school can be across the street, at least where I live, the county I live. Do you know our school system still has to provide them the opportunity to get on the bus, to get on a bus, even though legit the school is directly across the street from the house? So, me knowing, okay, this child does belong on this bus, but she just missed that stop that's like not even a full probably block away. I would have done the same thing. So me and my daughter, we talked about it, and we just both felt bad, and my daughter really felt bad about it because she just knows this. And even my son with knowing a girl, because she's in the grade, I think the same grade as maybe my son. And he was like, oh yeah, she's always late. Like, he was familiar with, like, knowing, like, her, how she operates, like she's always late. So that's life. So what I'm saying, I say all that to say, is that there is rules, there are processes, and sometimes, they got to be followed. And when you don't follow them, there can be dire consequences. And when you don't follow them, sometimes people can catch strays behind other people. And so as we're moving, we got to think about that. Like, damn, like, how is what I'm doing or how I'm moving impacting the next person? How my kids who are still minors moving impacting the next person? How can I raise my kids, or contribute in a way to where my children are contributing, just like me as an adult or my husband are contributing to making this world a better place? Like, we got to think big picture like that, and not just self. So, um it's just those things for me. So I know I just try to take situations and take it beyond me and look at other people's situations that may not be like mine, because that's what it takes. Because we all got different circumstances and things. And as I say, when it comes to, like, voting, you vote based off of what's in your best interest, and what's in my best interest is likely not in your best interest, and that is okay. That is okay. That's why I say we have to respect one another, and how, a person, what stance they may have, and trust that they're moving in a way that's best and most conducive for them. And it's okay. It's not about giving insults. It's just everybody just respect one another's opinion and stance. I don't damn understand why it's so damn hard to do that. Why folks think that just because your view ain't like theirs, that you just got to go somewhere and kick rocks with no socks on. I just heard somebody say that yesterday. Go kick rocks with no socks on. I think Angel Reese, I heard her say that when she was interviewing her mama. And but listen, it's okay. I mean, it's okay if we all don't have the same thoughts and views and stuff. It's about um, being open to having conversations. And sometimes they're hard conversations. Are you open and ready to have those hard, difficult conversations? Because really, that sparks change. And then doing that can open up the minds of other people in how they think. Because sometimes you may think a certain way, but then you hear somebody else speak and you be like, damn, that makes sense. So it gets you to thinking like, okay, I see what you did there. Let me marinate on that for a minute, because I'm following. I hear what you're saying. And that's what it's about. That's why it's important to be able to have healthy conversation and dialogue, so you can do that, because that's how you learn, and that's how you grow. You hear the perspective of other people. Travel, I talk about, if you have the opportunity to be able to travel, that's awesome, that if you're able to do that. because you're able to see how people move in various parts of the world. And that's what I've been speaking on, because I've been to these different places, you all, and I see how they move. And they move in a way that works for their country, that allows for them to continue to have order. And they don't have they're not having problems where they got people who are just overstaying, and then people being pissed off when they're being asked to leave. They're not having these problems. Why they ain't having these problems? Because I done told y'all, my husband coworker said they done rolled up on them at work and said, "Sir, today is February 5th. We see that your visa expired on the 31st." Okay. So we're gonna have to let you go. But you are a wonderful employee. We're just letting you go because your visa, like your work permit, I'm sorry, whatever you call your work permit, has expired. So we have to let you go. So go and take care of that. Just go and take care of that, okay? Because we gotta bet he went and did it, but he knew, like, damn, like, it expired. They didn't give me no grace period to go. They expired. I had to find another job. Them folks were standing on business. Trying to say, I don't care what kind of damn worker you were. I don't care. Listen, we got processes around here. We got processes around here. So we got, listen, Linda, listen. And speaking of processes, it's 287 of y'all in the building. Can somebody, I got 19 likes. I don't be understanding this. Why nobody can't adhere to the like process. Hit a like. It's free. It's free. Y'all, this is called Chronicles. I'm coming through with these damn stories, y'all. And these are, thank you for someone who just hit the like for me. I'm coming through, y'all, with these life stories, because our opinions are usually like based on our experiences. So if anyone want to know, okay, why Chic opinion is this way, I share stories from my experiences. That's what I do. That's what it's backed in. So understand that 9 times out of 10, someone's view is based on their experience. So what I challenge and I ask you all is, um, open up dialogue, start a dialogue with people to understand their experiences, why they think the way they do, and just listen, like you all have been doing me, because I can't really get into the comments like that because I was driving. I just made it to my destination, so my commute is so long. So, but I share my stories because it's based off of my life experiences, and with everything that's going on, like there's something, as just a woman, 44 years old, just living, there's something that I can use as an example to speak to the things that are going on today. Thank you, Keith. Keith, you say I'm buffering some. Okay, I just made it to my destination. I live in Metro Atlanta, so I'm in Georgia. So I'm in Atlanta right now. I'm in a parking garage, so someone said I was buffering, but that's what happened. I made it to my destination, and but hopefully you guys can hear me. Are you Italian? No, I'm not Italian. I'm Black American. I'm from Northern California. I'm from the Bay Area. I moved to Georgia. So remember I talked to you all about experiences. I'm not I'm not from Atlanta. I'm from California. I'm from Northern California. I'm from the Bay Area. I'm from a small town called Pittsburgh. So you got Pittsburgh, California, and you got Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And funny story about that is, so I'm from Pittsburgh, California. When I was in middle school, 6th grade, I moved to um, Sassoon, California. So anybody from California, the Bay Area, these towns, these cities you may recognize are Fairfield, Sassoon. So first day of school, 6th grade, I'm sitting down, and girl, boy, the boy goes, a white boy, he was like, "So, where are you from?" And I said, "Pittsburgh." He said, "So, do you like the Steelers?" And I'm looking at his ass like, I'm like, what are he talking about? Like, is this some racial stuff? What's the fuck going on? Where did I move to? What is he talking about? Shit. And then little white girl talking about, not Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Pittsburgh, California, you idiot. Yeah, it was a lovely school. So that's how I got to learn that there was a Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. My Pittsburgh don't have an H on the end. Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, I think got an H. So I'm from there. And I moved to Georgia the year of the Olympics in 96 when I was in high school after completing ninth grade. My mother had a job transfer. So I am someone who's used to picking up, relocating, having to adjust, taking in different cultures. Coming from the Bay Area, it's very diverse. You know. So I lived there, and then the first city I lived in Atlanta, in Georgia, was Clarkston, Georgia. Anybody who know anything about the Northern California, what you don't do is take somebody from Fairfield, Sassoon, Solano County, and move them to goddamn Clarkston, which is in DeKalb County. You just don't do that. You just don't do that. She wasn't ready. She wasn't ready. Child, when I talk about a culture shock, because California is very diverse. I went to school with Hispanics, with Filipinos, with white. It wasn't all of nothing. So when you know, you know. In Atlanta, Fulton County is black, black. I lived in DeKalb County. DeKalb County is black, black. Fulton County is like parts of it is black, black. I lived in DeKalb County. Child, I equate. Y'all seen Lean on Me? How many of y'all seen Lean on Me? The movie. Y'all know, remember I used the example of when you move, you got to go register your damn kids at school, right? It ain't no, hey, the bus come tomorrow at 7:05 and get on it. No, you got to goddamn and go turn in some paperwork. So I remember on the Friday going to the school with my mama and my sisters. And I'm like, now mind you, I hadn't cried or shed no tear yet about being moved across country, leaving my friends and stuff. Y'all, my goddamn first tattoo tear came when I went to that damn school and seen that building, and it was coming off. I had already seen Lean on Me. I don't know what year Lean on Me, Dr. Carter, was it Dr. Carter? When he's Dr. Carter, the principal. That shit gave me Lean on Me. It gave me. I went to Clarkston High School. Look that ish up. Get on Beyonce Diddy Internet. Type in Clarkston High School. Type in Clarkston High School. I was like, oh, hell no. Y'all, I cried all weekend because I knew Monday was coming in a couple of days. That's when school was going to start. I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready. When I say I was not ready, I cried. I had the tattoo teeth. Look, y'all know when it slowly come down. I was like, what the fuck is this? What? Monday came, went to school. I will throw this in. Even though I cried, and y'all literally, I cried because it just seemed so tough, so strong. But them kids, they did me right. It was a different type of experience, y'all. It's like taking somebody from like the 90210 show and putting them at that school and Lean on Me. I'm just trying to give y'all an idea of the culture shock of what I went through. So Monday came. Everybody was cool, but it was just I had to get out of because I was just used to being around like diversity. So I remember being there, you all, and I didn't like to talk in class because they said, like, I spoke very proper. So when I would say things, it would cause for conversation and discussions where the kids would say things. Oh, you talk white or whatever. So I didn't get bullied, but it was like I was so different because, child, them kids at Clarkston High School, they weren't talking like, I don't talk still even like what I used to. I'm like, hell, I done been in the South long, so I probably got a little twang. I don't know how y'all think I talk, but fresh off the boat from California, I wasn't talking like this. So, and I was quiet. So they would gather around me and it treat me like I was an exhibit at the museum. Y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all a story. This shit, I don't be making this shit up. So I'm sitting here. So at this point, these kids, we probably English class, and they gathered around me as two girls and maybe like three guys. So they asking me questions because they think my life is like 90210. Because back then, like when people would hear California, they just went off of TV. So this is 96, 97. So they're asking me these questions. They clutched their invisible pearls when I told them some good sis didn't know how to swim. Because remember, in their mind, I grew up at the beach. I'm coming off of 90210 with goddamn surfboard with, I don't know if it had a picture of a black woman with an afro on it. I don't know. But they had all these thoughts on what I came from. So they were like, so I'm talking. And one of the girls says, well, at least when she goes to get a job, she don't have to practice first. She can just go and just do. She doesn't have to practice for the interview because she already speaks clearly. She can just go. We gotta practice. Y'all, that took me out. I wasn't fucking ready. I wasn't ready. I'm like, what? I didn't know that was a thing that before going to an interview, you have to fucking practice your sentences and writing paragraphs out before you go. I know it's a thing trying to figure out like, well, what to say. No, the good sis was like, oh shit, she already ready. She ready. She over here forming goddamn sentences, not popping lips, speaking real clear. The other girl like, yeah, you right. You right. I said, what the fuck? The other girl. And what do you say to that, y'all? What the fuck do you say? Of course, I go home, ask my mom, what the fuck is this? What is this? What is this? What is this? Where are we at? But I was like, okay, don't, okay. But that's what she meant, because the two girls, they spoke very different from me. They were very ethnic. They used all the slang, and I didn't speak anything like that. That was very proper. And so I understood what she was saying because the way that they were speaking, I didn't grow up ever hearing anyone speak that way. So I knew what she was saying when she talked about speaking a certain way because I grew up with everyone kind of speaking very similar to me. So coming to the South, listening to them speak, and then sometimes maybe even struggling with understanding some of the things they would say because of the dialect, I understood what she was saying. So it was just very different for me because I never been told that, but I understood what she was saying. But so needless to say, I judged Georgia based off DeKalb County. I hated it. But then after that school year, we moved to Gwinnett County. And that's when I loved it because it was very diverse, like where I came from in California. So anyone familiar with Georgia, Gwinnett County, DeKalb County, night and day, night and day. So when someone think about me coming from the Bay Area and then living in Gwinnett, you'll be like, that makes sense. But then over the years, when I tell people my story of coming from California and moving to the cab, they just crack the hell up because they already be like, oh my God, I wish I could have seen that shit. They like, I wish I could damn witness that shit right there. She in the goddamn Lean on Me high school with Dr. Clark. Because that's promise you that's what it felt like. I'm like, what the? No, we had everything popping off except for metal detectors. We could have used them probably. But a metal detector would be somewhere. But it was definitely a different kind of experience. I ended up making some good relationships. And even though from the aesthetics, it scared the hell out of me, but they did me right. I really didn't have no problems. I mean, I've always been me, so I ain't never had no problems fighting with no, like, it was just like, just definitely the culture shock. But they did me right. I always, have my story or my experience going to Clarkston High School for my 10th grade school year. So all these things with me going into these different environments, it has shaped me into who I am, where I'm very open minded with kind of taking in and taking notice of how things are done as you're navigating in and out of these different spaces, in and out of these different locations. Even as a content creator, or even someone who watches other people content, y'all don't be surprised you catch me on some ratchet channel up on a stage talking. There's one that I'll go on every now and then. And because I'm all about just kind of having my ear to the ground and seeing like what people talking about, because I know everybody don't live the same. So only how that you know what other people are doing, you got to kind of get out of your little space, out of your box and step into those spaces. So I step into those spaces where, it's the damn hood stuff going on. Then, I'm in those spaces where you got the polished, the educated, and then I don't know what the hell kind of space y'all call my space, but I like to take all that in, and it helps me to understand, what's going on with people, how people living, what people's struggles are, um, What are people not here for? What are they here for? And I come out here and I talk about it. And I try to bring examples to try to bring people to a middle to where you like, you know what? I see now their thought process. And I see their thought process. Okay, okay, okay. I wasn't looking at it that way, but I see what you did, sis. I see what you did. I see what you did. That is what I do. And my gift is to teach and to get people to thinking, to throw out these questions, to have you get out of your box, because that's the only way we grow. You got to get out of your box. You got to try to do something different. Um, Try to elevate yourself. Try not to, what they say, go along with the get along game, be a sheep. Like you gotta research and learn things for yourself, because that's when you really can stand on business, when you got a good understanding for yourself and you're not doing it because of the next person. When you like, okay, they over here doing all this shit, but I done done my damn research and that shit don't make sense. But this right here, this ain't lining up. So if they saying DEI is messing with the black people, but why the fuck when I go to Google and say AI, who the fuck is the primary recipient of DEI? Why did that shit say Becky? Why does it come up with a white woman is a primary recipient of DNI? What the fuck I'm out here picking info? Why I didn't beat Becky to the picket line when it's showing she the primary recipient? How, Sway? It's that for me, y'all. How I done goddamn beat Becky and Karen. I done came to the front of the gate congregation. I done beat them. They still sitting at the crib. But when I do my research, it showed that they the primary recipients. How, Sway? They have to sit down home like, bitch, shit. My damn feet hurt. I done damn work played around with these damn kids. I'm gonna go ahead and let them go ahead and boycott it and get the shit back in order for me. Hell, why I need to be out there doing it if they out there doing it for me? Think about it. Becky, like, why the fuck I got to be out there in my rep? Why I got to be out there doing it? Why I got to do it? If Keisha and them gonna do it, if Keisha and them gonna do it, why I got to damn do it? Like, really, from a logical perspective, it doesn't make sense. Because if you got somebody else doing it for you, you don't have to get up and go do it. You like, well, shit, I'm gonna just sit here, let them damn fight the fight and keep that shit in place so I can continue to benefit. So this is where, when I talk about doing your research, going deep, asking questions, and not jumping on a bandwagon. Because goddamn, I was shooketh when I learned that little fun fact about a week ago. I said, well, I'll be damned. Say it ain't so. AI even said, bitch, and by the way, they the primary recipient of the what was the affirmative action? Let me throw that one in on you too. I said, well, shit. Well, damn. Becky is just damn winning. Becky winning all the way around. So ask questions, seek out answers. When something ain't sounding right, feeling right with your soul, with your spirit, explore that, because it's probably something there. Explore that. And when you see shit that ain't adding up, take that, share that with other people. Each one teach one. Be like, you know what? I know we planned on 2 o'clock to go on the MLK up and down that goddamn street, but I just did this damn quick search and it's saying this. We still taking our asses down there at 2 o'clock? Or do you want to go and catch that latest Kiki Palmer movie with Scissor that they say supposed to be on and popping? What we doing? What we doing? Because I'm at the movie theater. What we doing? What we doing? Questions. Asking all them questions. Start asking questions. It can save a life. It can save your life. Somebody else. Ask some questions. Ask questions. Do your own research. Don't think that's because Al Sharpton and damn took a whole busload of people to Costco with $25 gift cards with a 30-day free trial membership, that whatever he doing or saying that it is what it listen. Mm-mm. No. Everybody. Or I would say everybody an expert, yes. That's why you gotta do your own research, learn for yourself, and form your own thoughts and opinion. Um, what do they call it? Free thinker. Be a free thinker. Be a free thinker. Be a free thinker. Limited Way says, one time I moved to Florida from Tennessee in fifth grade, and some kids made fun of me for it. But it's turned out they didn't even know where Tennessee was. It'd be like that. It'd be like that. The kids thought I was from, so I had to teach them in that moment that California was bigger than Southern California, because when I came here, most people, when I would say, hey, I'm from California, automatically their mind was going to San Diego, LA. And I'm like, well, no, I'm from the Bay Area. I'm on, y'all, child, I was 6 hours away. So I grew up going to Disneyland. So being from the Bay Area, going to Disneyland, Los Angeles, that was like 8 hours, 8 hours away. And so that state is so huge. Anyone who's familiar with California, even the people within California, it's still like a cultural difference. Because I'll meet people and I'll be like, oh yeah, you'll like Northern California, you'll like the Bay Area. And I'll meet people like, yeah, you're Southern California all day long. Because it's very different. If you're more in-house, in-body, like not really trying about that outside, Bay Area all day long, Northern California, Berkeley, San Francisco, Oakland. But if you outside, then you going to Los Angeles, you probably try to go to San Diego, you going on that side. So it's different. Even the dialect, I came to learn that when I left from the black, that Lean on Me High School and moved to another town that was closer to my mom's job. That's how I ended up in Gwinnett County. Um, I met other black kids that were from California, and they they didn't speak like me. They were from like San Diego, like they spoke differently. To me, they spoke like more like the people from the 90210 show. So that's when I came to learn, like, wow, like even within California, there's a different dialect because we were like hours away from each other. It's a huge state. California can probably be like two or three states. So also, when I went to this county, because it's so diverse, no one talked about my how I spoke, my dialect. Like no one said you talk white. This because guess what? I was now around a bunch of other black kids who spoke very similar, where they enunciated their words, spoke clearly, made like it was different. It was different. It was different. It was very, it was different. So I blended in more. I was like, okay, I can do this. I can do the South. I can do the South. And I love Georgia. But I'll always be a Cali girl at heart. So, but I love Georgia. I like living here. It's a wonderful state and it's home. But with that said, I appreciate you good people for listening to another episode of Car Chronicles. I know y'all probably be scared as hell with me talking and I'll be driving, but I promise y'all I'll be like safe. I don't be in the comments, y'all know, no, notice really that much. Maybe at some stoplights, but I try to do the best I can. But when I'm talking and such, because my commute is so long, and that's the thing about Georgia and Atlanta, traffic is really bad. I mostly work from home, but a couple of days I go into the office. So that's why I was able to do the Car Chronicles because I was in the office. So I don't know what y'all gonna get from me for the Thursday and Friday, because child, I am at home. So we'll see. But talking to you all and learning, just I like to kind of just do the dump on like everything that's kind of going through my mind, hoping that I can kind of put something out there that will resonate and stick. So, but I do thank you all, and I appreciate you all hitting the like button. I don't know why it be so hard. Content creators, us as content creators, we don't understand what that whole lack of hitting the like button is. I had to get my husband all the way together because he'd be like, I don't be hitting no like button. But now he was like, oh, okay, I understand now. I hit the like button. It helps us with the algorithm. I'm a smaller content creator. So here's the thing, you all. You all actually on my smaller channel. I have a second channel. I have another channel that's about like 2,300 people, subscribers. This was just a second channel I had started up last year because I was going through some things. I was putting out content and they was picking with me. So I said, let me go ahead and get me another channel because they they effing with me. They effing with me. So I created a second channel as a backup channel to kind of just in case something happened with the first one. But everything's all good. I've kind of moved around from the type of content that I cover, so I don't be having them problems no more. I'll be having them problems. Child was having problems. Shit, believe it or not, who doesn't love chic? I was having problems. So my first channel, I didn't see none of my moderators in here this morning. So y'all believe it or not, I got moderators. I hadn't been doing live consistently, so they probably like Chic don't even be doing. So I just kind of took a break, y'all, for my own damn mental health. I had some stuff I was working on, and I'm gonna bring some things to you all because I'm a published author now, and I have some items and things that I want to present to you. So coloring book for like mental health, journals, notebooks, things like that that I think you all may be able to appreciate. So when I get the actual physical copy of it, I want to kind of review it to see what it's looking like first before I kind of start sharing it with you all for you guys to run out there on Amazon and turn your girl into a damn bestseller. But yeah, so my other channel is Chic Speaks. So if you want to follow me there, Chic Speaks. It's so random on which one I go live on. Sometimes I'll do them both at the same time. But I haven't figured out on my phone when I go live here how to kind of do them both. So I've just been doing it on my second channel. So this is my smaller channel. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, y'all. This is not even my channel, not even monetized. My other channel monetized, but I don't know. For some reason, more people, like when I'll go live like this, more people show up on this smaller one than my big one. It's so weird, but it is what it is. So this is a channel that I'm growing. Please subscribe. Welcome. I'm Chic. This is what I do when I got questions. I come out here to Diddy's Internet and I tell y'all I got questions and I'm looking for answers. And that's where you come in there. I count on you all to tell me your thoughts, give your feedback. Definitely drop a comment. Y'all don't be a stranger. Like over 6,000 people that came in on the video yesterday. And I think last night, one of my day ones had did a comment said, "Oh, I got to catch the replay. I didn't get the notification." But y'all get in the comments. Let me know your thoughts on any of this I be saying because I can't really get a lot into these in the comments here because I'll be driving. So JR says something about your voice makes me want to listen. Said JT Graham. Thank you. Listen, I just been saying I'm talking. Y'all, I be talking. And I was a quiet kid, believe it or not. I just be the thoughts I have and I want to give like I want to make sure that y'all can connect and y'all following me. That's where a lot of with the stories that come from. Cause y'all I don't be making this ish up. Y'all went here yesterday. Check out the video yesterday. I told the whole story about my experience over in Cuba and Paris in detail. And I might even sometimes call Cuba Canada. My mama was like, yeah, sometimes you called it Canada. You called it listen. Listen, Linda, listen. I went to Cuba and I wasn't ready. She wasn't ready. I wasn't ready for the experience in Cuba. I wasn't ready. It was like when I moved from California to Georgia to DeKalb County. Your girl was not ready. So I guess I had PTSD when I went over there because it was a flashback from when I moved to DeKalb County, child. Check out that video if you have not. But y'all leave me a comment. Tasman say you're beautiful. Thank you so much. Christian said I thought you was Italian because you talk with your hands. Oh, Italians do this? I've always talked. Listen, I can't. I don't even know if I'd be able to talk, y'all. If somebody tied my hands down and say, now go. I mean, like, that'd probably be the only way to shut me the hell up. You got to tie my hands down because I don't even know if I'd be able to goddamn do it, y'all. I probably wouldn't be able to. I just like, they'd be like, what's wrong with her? I'd be looking like them people in that El Salvador prison just all, all bent over ain't saying shit. So, but yeah, I talk with my hands. My mama talk with her hands too. So listen, say I look like her. So, but thank y'all. I have made it to my destination. Y'all tapped in with me. I appreciate I appreciate y'all for stopping by. I appreciate y'all for stopping by and listen to what I had to say. And I'm sure I'll be coming back with some more things because y'all it's on and popping out here in these U.S. streets. These damn people protesting just then stop the damn traffic in L.A. Y'all know traffic already bad even on a damn good day. And then what my husband told me yesterday, he watched the video and somebody drove by the doggone immigrant, the protest. I ain't gonna call them immigrants. I don't know who that. He drove. They drove past the protester with the window down, playing Ice Ice Baby. What do you do with that? Is that a whole nother kind of petty? What do you do with that? What do you do with that? He said this person drove past these people with the window down, bumping Ice Ice Baby. Y'all, I don't know. I'm gonna leave that there. I'm gonna leave that there. It's been real. Y'all get into the comments. Drop a like for me, please. It's free. I can't believe it got over 300. I got like 35 likes. I don't even have, hell, a like for damn every 10 people. So drop your girl a like. It's free. Share the live. Make sure you got the notifications on. Again, my second channel is Chic Speaks. This one is Chic Speaks on it. So if you type in Chic Speaks in YouTube, the other one will probably come up too. So look it up, because I ain't figured out how to pin my own stuff in here. I usually have a mod doing all that. But Chic Speaks, it's just like this one. This is just Chic Speaks on it. But I just be damn talking. But over there, I have fitness videos live. I used to do like live workouts and things like that. But I just talk about just stuff that's going on. I react to things. So that's kind of more so what my channel is. It's a reaction channel. Pretty much my channel. Both channels are reaction channel. I just had to set up another one because child's going through it. Your girl was going through it. So I set up a second channel and I'm all good now, but I'm like, hell, I already got the second channel. So um it's been fun just building it. Hopefully you all can still hear me because I don't want my Bluetooth to kick off and my phone's about to die anyway. So I thank you all. Thank you for riding along with me, listening to another episode of Car Chronicles. Make sure you got your notification bell on so you know when I go live. And you all have a wonderful, what is it, hump day? Happy hump day. You guys have a wonderful hump day and the rest of your day. And I will catch you on the next live broadcast. Peace.